Hey, I decided to take it off of the iRig. I don't want it on the iRig. So I had to take it off of that iRig, man, because I want y'all to hear me. So if you can hear me, it'll be a lot better for you. All right. It's gonna be a quick video though. Just a quick. I want to do it live. I don't want to script it. All right. So basically, I'm going to be sampling with effects, resampling with effects. Right. I got an audio phrase here. Right. I got an audio phrase that I'm gonna let you hear the audio phrase. I got this audio phrase. So what I did was I took that audio phrase and I just signed it to I hit chop and then I signed it to a patch. I already signed it to it's already assigned, right? So I'm not gonna do it again. And I signed it to pad 13, right? So that's dry. Oh, hold up. That's not dry. Let's turn the effect off. And let me go ahead and set the parameters back to default so you can see what I was doing. All right. So I'm gonna walk you through it for those who got the MV. All right. So got the sound right. Not gonna play it too long because they're gonna try to flag me. All right. So I got that right. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play that in the. It's just a little something I was working on early this morning, right? So I just gonna kind of loop it. I want to chop it, but I don't think I'm gonna chop it. I just want to practice resampling with effects because I never done this, and I just decided to go ahead and make it work. All right, so I'm just gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like. All right, so I got that. So that's dry, right? So I just said, well, damn, let me put some effects on it. If I put some effects on it, it's gonna give me different variation. The beat ain't just gonna sound that way, right? So what you do is you go to your you hit effects, right? You turn that routing on. You put on aux 1 or aux 2, aux 3, aux 4, whatever. I'm gonna put it on aux 2, right? Then you come out of that, you come out of this, and then you hit your instrument, you hit the instrument button, the sampler instrument, right? And then you come to this parcel. This is my chop right here. These my chop. Well, I called it chops. I ain't chop yet. This is my sample. I can't really say that word, but this is my frequency. All right. So you come over to your partial, and you turn the aux 2. Then you go back to your effects and you turn it on. So I'm gonna turn it on. I'm using a vintage flanger, right? So I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. So That just give me a little variation. Let me bring it up a little bit more. Turn it down a little. Try some. I think I can get it a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna resample that. So all you do is I'm gonna come out it. I'm already got it in there, so I'm gonna hit sample. I'm gonna come to resample, and then I'm gonna go ahead and resample this. I'm just gonna leave it on manual. I'm not gonna do all the triggering the pad and all that. I'm just gonna go ahead and resample it. Peace, God. You good? All right. Okay. Love you, man.
Thank you.
All right. I'll be up there in a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So I'm gonna bring that up. Well, that's a good sample right there. I'm gonna leave right there. I'm gonna put it on auto normalize, right? Got it on stereo. Hit start. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna listen. Now I'm gonna listen to it and see if I got that effect on there. All right, I'm gonna do it over. I'm gonna do it over. Put it on resample, right? Let me go back to my effects, right? I want to make it real prominent, right? I'm gonna leave it right there, and then I'm gonna try it again, resample. So I heard it, but I didn't hear it. So let's put it on resample. Let's try that. Start. All right, so I heard it. Let's see if I hear it in it. Hear it right here. All right. So come here. Preview it. All right, so I do hear the effect, right? So I got. Now I could just go ahead and chop from here, but I want to just kind of give a variation. So let me go ahead and take some of the front and back off of this sample, this frequency real quick. turn my loop off. But that ain't really gonna matter at the end, so let's just go ahead and just leave it like this. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and trunk it. I might as well go ahead and I already normalized it, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm just gonna trunk it. Quick assign it, right? I'm gonna quick assign it. I'm gonna assign it to a patch. Now I'm gonna assign it next to that dry one. So this is the dry one right here. I'm gonna assign it here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my. All right. So what you gotta do? You gotta go back. You gotta go back into your instrument, and you gotta turn this. You gotta turn this off. You gotta turn that off. The output off. Go back into your effects and turn this off. Turn that. Turn that MFX off, and then put this back on off. All right. So it won't. Now that's the clean one. Now that's the, and here's the one with the effects, the one I resample. All right, so if I go ahead now, if I go now and make me a new pattern, I'm gonna make me a new pattern, right? I'm gonna make me a new pattern. I'm gonna go into my pattern list. I'm gonna copy this pattern. I'm gonna copy that pattern. Right, I'm gonna copy this pattern, and then I'm gonna copy to pattern 2, the empty spot, right? All right, so now I got pattern 1 and pattern 2. So in pattern 1, I'm gonna put the dry, and then pattern 2, I'm gonna put the wet, the one with the effects. All right. So let's go ahead and record that in there. Take it off and replace and put it on overdub. All right, so that's on pattern 1, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to my pattern list, and I'm gonna go to pattern 2. I'm gonna put the wet one on pattern 2. I messed that one up. Do it again. So that's pattern. That's the wet one. So now I'm gonna see how they transition. I'm gonna go into my pattern play, and I'm gonna hit my pad. So you hear it, right? So that give me a different variation, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I want to chop it, but I ain't gonna chop it right now. I'm gonna do another video on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take pattern 1. Let me go back to my pattern list. Put that on pattern 1. And I'm gonna put a low filter on this chop right here. So I can just hear it a little bit better, right? So I'm gonna put a low filter on this, and let me play it live. Trying to get that bass line in there, right? All right, that's cool. So now I'll be able to hear the what you call. So now I'm gonna go into my pattern, play. I'm gonna play. Yo, that's dope. I ain't gonna lie, I like that. All right, so that variation allows me to I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Hold up. Oh, that's cool right there. And that's it. That's basically adding adding effects and resampling. Let me give you a quick recap. So when you want to resample something, you go ahead and you can. There's two ways you can do it. You could resample once you sample in, or you could resample. You can put. I mean, you can add effects to the uh the frequency when you putting it in. So I did it the other way. So all you got to do is figure out what you want to do. If you want to take it from your vinyl, take it from a CD, wherever you want to take it from, you will be able to you can resample. And how you resample from vinyl. I'm gonna do another video on that. I wanted to do it this way. I already sampled something in here, which was that. You know, I put that low pass filter on it, right? I sampled that in and put it on a pad. But if I didn't have nothing on the pad, nothing sampled in, I could go straight from the vinyl and sample and not resample. I could sample in. But let me give you the way I did it, just to recap. So basically, what you do is you find your source that you want to sample, right? You you go to your instrument, you go to sample, right? Put it on resample, All right, hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Oh yeah, you put it on resample. Oh, before you do that, hold on. Let me back up. You hit effects, right? You route this. This is if you already got your sample in your machine, right? Put this on aux 2, aux 3, aux 4, whatever you want to put it on. I'm putting it on 2, right? Once you get that on there, the effects is off right here. It's off. I'm gonna leave it off for a minute, but I'm gonna turn it on, and then when I come back, I'm gonna come out of this. I'm gonna go hit my sampler instrument, right? I'm gonna come over where it says chops. I'm gonna slide over and turn this partial on to aux 2 because I'm routing it, right? So I'm gonna turn that off, come out of that, go back to my effects, and I'm gonna turn it on. And all I gotta do now is just hit the pad. Let me come out of this so you can hear it. Well, that's already did it, so you saw how I did it. That's how you do it. Let me just turn this off so you can hear. So if you ain't wanted to use that, if you ain't want to use that effect, you could use any effect you want. You just hit your effect. I'm sorry, hold up. If you didn't want to use that, you hit library, right? And go in and go to all the effects here. There's a lot of effects, like 20 something effects, right? So I might pick a what's this? Let's do a let's say I wanted to strip some of the bass out of that, and I ain't want that. Let's use this ISO, right? Filter, right? Let's use this. Turn it on. So you hear that bass in there, right? Let me take it out a little bit. So I ain't want the bass. I just wanted the highs in there. See that? So I mean, you gotta just know you gotta know what you want. Take it for what it is. Whatever you want, that's what you set. And then once you set it, then you resample it. So I'm gonna go ahead and resample that and just put it on another pad and put it on. I'm gonna have three. I got a dry, a wet with the flanger, and then I'm gonna have this one. All right. So I'm gonna tweak it how I want it. Right. Leave it like that. That's it. All right. Go ahead and sample that. I'm gonna go ahead and resample that. So I'm gonna come out of this, hit sample, right? Hit my resample, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit record just real quick, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that. It's right here. Clean up the end. So if I wanted to use that as a variation, right, I could just do that too, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and normalize it. I'm gonna trunk it, and I'm gonna normalize it, and I'm gonna assign that to that patch, right? Assign it to that patch. I'm signing on this pad right here, and hit execute. It should be right there, right? So now I got the dry. Well, hold up. Remember what I said, right? You hear how it's still sounding the same. You got to go back into. I always forget that step. You got to go back into your routing on your MFX. Go back into it. Turn that off, right? I don't think you have to turn the effects off. So just turn that off because it's already off. The routing's off, right? Come back into your instrument over here, and instead of being on aux 2, put it on partial. Now, all right, you ain't got to turn that what you call them off, right? So just turn the routing off. And now I got the dry. Here's where I took the bass out. And here's the flanger. So if I hypothetically say I wanted to make that a variation, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy this pattern, which is a sequence, right? To empty slot number 3. Select that. And then I'm going to go ahead and record that, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that file right. I mean that track right there. Erase it. All right, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna record that one. What's off? Hold up. So now I got the 3 variations, right? So I'm gonna come back to my pattern track, pattern play, and I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna play the dry, come back to the one where I took the bass out, then I'm gonna come back to the flanger. See, the reason why I'm doing it because I don't want my sequence to just have that same repetitive with no different changes. Now I ain't talking about the drum, I'm talking about the sound. So that's why I'm doing it. You know, I do that to change it up. Now have I always done that? I did it a little bit, but not as much as I'm gonna be doing it now. So every 4 bars, every 8 bars, I'm gonna change it up. I just want to have some substance to the groove, and that's it. So all I gotta do is just save this real quick. And people complaining about the project being saved, it's already saved, so I ain't gotta save again. But I'm gonna go ahead and save it again anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. All you do is hit my shutdown, right? It says shutdown. Are you sure? Yes. Yes, right. And it's gonna ask me. It's gonna ask me, if I wanna save the song. So now saving the song, right? So saving it. I wanna shut it down, right? This is the process you gotta do to shut it down. You can see how long it take. What we on about 10 seconds so far. The machine is slow, but I'm not into making fast beats, so it don't matter to me if it go fast or slow. I'm still gonna keep my creativity, and I don't make beats fast. I just make beats, not in a rush. So now it's processing. We in about 25 seconds. It says shutdown complete. You may turn off the unit. All right. So now just turn it off, and bam, it's done. I want to thank y'all for watching, man. I'm gonna come back with the video on chopping. I know I put chopping in the thing, but I'm gonna do that on another video. Peace. Thank y'all for watching, man.